I did want to say something. When I saw that clip, when I tell you I prejudged the mess out of you,
Mm.
and I will
Hmm.
admit that. I mean, but of course, it's to be expected. It's the only thing that I've ever heard from you,
It
right?
was a clip. It was a clip. I get it.
Yeah, 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 for
Yeah.
sure. And hearing you speak today, I'm like, okay, he got some sense. Like
Oh
I
wow.
can listen to you. We good, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I want to address something that you said about men's communication styles.
Yeah.
So they are different. Women's communication styles, men's communication styles. They
I think everybody's communication style is different. It just depends on the person, what message they're trying to convey, and if you really take accountability and listen to the person and what they're saying. I think a big problem with people, and I'm not just saying men or women, but we don't like to listen. We already have our pre-existing ideal of what something is, and so we kind of stand on that. Even if the information is really good, we just kind of stand on what we believe and how we feel. Even if someone tells us something that may go against their belief, because the truth is still the truth and it will never change. So if something is the truth and it's something that you can rely on or something that makes sense, you should be able to be open to it and just listen and understand it. But you know, that's kind of hard for people in our society. I'm just gonna say people. I'm not gonna say women, but it's just people to be accountable, and that is a major issue in our society today.
absolutely different. And both of us would benefit from learning that from each other, right? And I'm really glad that you said that
Mhm.
because we do have very different ways of communicating because we're both socialized differently. But to Shan's point, everyone wants to be heard, but no one really wants to listen. But also, I think, from my opinion, and I'm a woman, right? And I experience men. I don't have men's experience. But in me experiencing men, men's communication style is also limited. Am I
Hmm.
wrong?
Wow.
Mm. Yes and no. The yes part is I agree with you. Obviously, they're different. But the reason for what they're different matters. So number one, women just by nature use more words, and I actually don't think it's a socialization thing. In the actual
Yeah.
interview, I had broke down about a socialization theory
Mm,
called blank slate theory.
mm,
This is a ideology or a viewpoint that people who tend to lean more feminist operate in. If you don't know or understand what blank slate theory is, you're entering into arguments about something that you do not know is influencing why you think and see things the way that you do to begin with.
yeah.
Blank slate theory
Yeah.
is the concept that outside of just some physical differences between men and women, psychologically and yes, psychologically, they're basically the same.
Yeah.
If blanks, I'll explain why that's a problem.
Hmm.
Much of the data and research shows we are not the same physiologically or psychologically,
We're not.
and we see it most expressed in our hormones.
Yep.
We see it when we have orgasms.
Hmm.
We see it in terms of
Yeah.
testosterone versus estrogen levels.
Yeah.
There's so many things that's built in hardwired in terms of how we react and respond to sex or after sex,
Mm.
even in terms of being ready for sex. Point by point by point, you'll see that we actually have a lot of differences. Even if we're 98% the same, we have these very, very noticeable differences. A blank slate theorist ignores all of that.
Mm.
So when you hear feminists talk, and they're always talking about equality, equality, equality. We need to be the same. We need to be the same. We need to have sex the same way men do. We need to be able to do the same type of work that men do, even if their bodies are better built for it. The blank slate theorists, because they want to disregard science, They want to disregard biology for the sake of the ideology that says we're equal in all things.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's problematic because now you're the sex that's not acting like the other sex, you think they're doing something wrong.
The brother is preaching. Man, let him cook. Let him cook.
So this is what happens whenever men or women are trying to have this conversation and they're trying to almost get the other to conform versus almost more so understanding and integrating within their system. So I'll give you an example. And this isn't even relating to blank slate theory. This is about women and accountability as an example. Got all these black women on the panel, and I'm about to bring up women and accountability and see how this gonna go.
No.
A lot of men will joke around and they'll say what? Women don't accept accountability. They always shirking from it. They running.
Just said
They
that.
bringing up other issues, right?
Yeah.
I said in the previous podcast, what if the issue is not that women don't seek or accept accountability? What if their relationship with accountability is just a little bit different than ours?
Hmm.
So for men,
Hmm.
how are we held accountable when we do something wrong? When we're told or informed that we did something wrong, we're just like, oh, okay, I did something wrong in terms of my actions or my behavior, and I'm not going to do it again. Therefore, I'm
Yeah.
going to hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
Women don't have that same linear, straightforward approach. When I say to you, or when I say to Ty or Jasmine, you did this, their initial response is not based on the fact of what I'm pointing out that they did wrong. Their initial response is the feeling that it's not that I'm saying that you did something wrong. They're interpreting and reacting to it as if I said something's wrong with them.
Hmm.
Men that
Mm.
understand that will have a much better understanding of being calmer with women, especially when he first brings something up to his girlfriend, his wife, his female friend.
Yeah.
He knows that there's the strong potential that when I point something out to you that you did wrong, her initial reaction and response is not going to be, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It's usually it doesn't go like that.
Yeah.
Initially, she's like, what's wrong with me? And you'll hear when it's like, so
Yeah.
now I'm not a good wife. Now I'm not a good girlfriend.
Wow.
Now I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm talking about the act, and you're making it about your identity.
Yeah.
You weren't socialized to do that. No one taught you how to do that. My role and job, both as a clinician and now entering into this podcast space, is actually to have those types of conversations, to get us to understand each other's differences, what each other's going through, how we
Yeah.
see and internalize things that could be different. And I'm not trying to socialize it out of us. If men just act like women, we'll all be fine. If women act like men, we'll all be fine. No, I
It's just
said
not
we
gonna
have
happen.
unique differences. We got to figure out how to get back to integrating with them. And part of that discussion was literally that they asked me for 2 hours. Why can't we understand what's going on in the dating market? Why are things so bad? What's going on with men? And I'm answering point by point by point. So yeah, so that's why. So believe it or not, despite the quote unquote mini viral clip, I'm not a, you know, I get that people prejudge, but I'm highly encouraging all of us, believe it or not.
Yeah.
My goal with my podcast is to get people to start to read again, to actually watch documentaries, to actually have a slightly higher level intellectual conversations. I think a lot of the stereotypical stuff with our community, we don't display this type of conversations.
Yeah.
So for me, I want us to be the new wave of millennials and Gen Z folks that really, just have higher ideals of what we're capable of. So for me, if at the end of this conversation, when we're done this tonight, Lachey, is it Lachey or Lashia?
Laisha.
Laisha, sorry. If Laisha has a slightly positive, better attitude towards me than she did a week ago, then I did my job, But even if she doesn't, did I plant the seeds for her to have to be at least intellectually curious to explore it beyond this conversation? That,
See, that's the thing though. I think that happens with a lot of people, or mainly women, but with a lot of people. It's like when you criticize something, they take it personal. Like even if you're at work, I've had situations where I'll be like, "Well, this person is sorry." That doesn't attack the person as an individual. I'm saying your work ethic is poor. You're not doing your job You may be a good person, you may be funny, you may be liked, but when it comes down to working, you don't do your job. So anytime you have criticism for anybody or you have something that goes against what they believe they are, a lot of times people take that personal. And it's not a personal thing. Even when you're critiquing like a situation or what someone actually done or how they handled a situation. And then it becomes, oh, you're saying that about me. This is how you think about me. No, that's not how I think about you, but that's just about the situation and what's being presented at at the time or at the moment. So we have to do a better job of listening to what people are actually saying and communicate better. I think our communication is just up in the air. People don't communicate well. And it's because they already coming in with these beliefs that the person already feels. And soon as you say something, they're ready to attack because people are not listening to hear what you're saying. They're listening just to respond. And that's a problem in itself. We all have to take accountability for the things that we do right and the things that we do wrong. But it's easy to take accountability for something that's right because everybody's praising. But when something is done incorrectly or you did something wrong, we always want to blame somebody else and play the blame game. Well, you do this. Well, you did that. We can't go anywhere and we can't have anything if every time I see something that I don't like and I'm trying to address it to you and you attack me back and say, "Oh, well, you're not doing this." So I just think that in relationships, people need to find a way, or just in relationships, period, with like friends, family, coworkers, or whatever, we need to find a better way of how to respond or communicate and understand everything is not a personal attack. Tell the difference, find out the difference. And if you like this content, man, like hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and come back to the channel. We got more things coming out. And like I say, we're gonna keep pushing this content. And this has been your boy, KD. Holla.